Hey everybody, AC here, and welcome to another episode of Anime Season 8. We are talking about the top, how many was it again? Um, so 30. Top 30. It was the top 30, top 30 littlest beans in anime. Um, and I'm going to be doubling them up, talking about two characters per video. Um, and we have we have two characters that are technically from games, but they are anime games. Like they are like very heavily anime inspired. Um, Chi Chi from Genshin Impact, and Xiao from Zenless Zone Zero. And yeah, they're currently in last place. If I had to pick which one is in which place, I would probably say Zhao is number 30 and Chi Chi's number 29. But they are the last two. They are the last two because technically they're video game characters, not anime characters. But the games are heavily anime inspired, so so I figured I could just kind of squeeze them in here. Um, and to be honest, I don't have a whole lot to say about these. Once we get a little further in, I'm gonna have a bit more to say about. I'm gonna have a bit more to say about a lot of these characters. Um, but for now, I don't have a whole lot to say about these ones. They're just absolutely adorable characters. I don't play these games, is the thing. I know a lot of the lore of Genshin Impact. I've been following a lot of the lore, but I don't play the game. I briefly played it when it first came out. I played it for like 5 hours, got through the whole tutorial storyline. Um, but but I never really got any. I never really went any further than that, to be honest. Um, and I don't intend to. Like, it is a good game. I'm not saying it's a bad game. It is a fantastic game. I love the world. I love the art style. I love all the characters. I don't like the gotcha system. That's the one thing I don't like. So, and for me, like when it comes to Genshin Impact, Zen the Zone Zero, I'm not really interested in Zen the Zone Zero. There's a couple characters that I find interesting, Zhao being one of them. But there's a couple characters in Zen the Zone Zero that I find interesting, but for the most part, I'm just not that interested in Zen the Zone Zero. Um, but anyway, um, but for Genshin Impact, I'm basically waiting for the game to be done because they're continuing to release more updates to the game. Sometime this year we're supposed to get the seventh major area where the seventh Archon lives. And then after that, the next massive update is going to be the end game, the big climax of the whole story, which will probably be next year. And then I imagine after that, once that whole thing is done, the game will basically be finished, and we might see another year, perhaps, of them just doing seasonal updates. But I imagine that by the end of 2028, we may see we may end up seeing the online functions. We may see the online function for Genshin Impact finally shut down. And typically what will happen in a gacha game when the online function gets shut down, typically they will, in order to make it to where they can continue to earn money off of the game, any characters that you previously had to pull for will suddenly become available for you to purchase. So like weapons and equipment and characters and cosmetics and all that stuff that you had to pull for will suddenly become purchase. There will be an in-game store where you can just purchase whatever you want. Like using real world money, mind you. Like it is using real world money, but you are able to just purchase all that stuff that was previously only available through the gacha pull system. And that is how oftentimes a lot of these gacha games go when the servers get shut down. It's just kind of like the company's one last attempt at making some more money off of the game. And I have no doubt that Hoyoverse is going to do the same with Genshin Impact. When the servers shut down, Hoyoverse is going to do the same thing with Genshin Impact, and the characters will be you will be able to just straight up purchase them. Like maybe each character is like $10, and each weapon is like $5, or the weapons are $10 and the characters are $20, or something along those lines. Either way, I'm going to wait until that happens. I will spend however much money I need to spend in order to get the characters that I really want. Like, I got a whole wall right over there of various characters that I really enjoy from Genshin Impact. I absolutely will end up purchasing all the characters that I really want, all the characters that I really enjoy, whenever that happens. But I'm not gonna support a gacha system. I refuse. That is something I refuse to support. I refuse to support a gacha system. So, but anyway, that's it. That's all I've got. Like, I didn't even talk much about like why I think they're cute. They're just adorable. They're just adorable little beings. There's not much I can say about them at the moment, given how I don't really play the games, and it's been forever since I've looked up the lore for either of these characters. I just remember that out of all the characters in Hoyoverse, these are the two that I remember thinking are the cutest. So, anyway, that's it. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take care, everyone.